Good morning, peeps. So today we are going to do a catch and cook on my nemesis, that is the oyster flippin' toad. Man, I catch a lot of oyster toads, man, inadvertently, and they really get on my flippin' nerves. But I've always wondered what they taste like. You know, I've heard some folks say that they're actually pretty good. The issue I have with them is they have a massive, like, basketball size head and a teeny little body. So I can't see there being much meat on them. They're super slimy like a catfish. I don't get it. So on my last trip, when I was talking about doing this, I caught 3 good size, one of them was massive, oyster toads, and we are going to cook those jokers up today. We're going to go from the catch to the cleaning of these things, which I have never done before, and let me just tell you right now, it was a shit show. I don't think there's any easy way to do it, but we're going to fumble our way through it as you see in this video. And I was correct. I mean, there's not a lot of meat on these things. So, and then we're going to go right into the cook. So, welcome to the fishing lab. This is where I keep my boat, my kayak, and most of my fishing stuff. And we're going to go ahead and fry these jokers up here in a minute when I get this camera turned around. On the business side of things, me and Trong from Visual Lee have figured out a date that we are going to take this thing on the road up to Georgia. That is going to be in 2 days on Thursday. We're going to pack up our stuff, leave the Sunshine State, cross the line into Georgia, into an area that I have featured a couple videos ago. It's actually the area that's in my intro. And we're going to try to get on some massive sheeps and whatever else is lurking around in those waters. So we're going to spend the day doing that. Hopefully it'll be a really good episode for both he and I. So if you guys are interested in another collab between Trong and myself, stick around for that. My video will probably be out, if we catch anything, if we do very well, it'll probably be out Thursday or Friday evening. Trong takes a little bit more time because he is much more thorough in his videos and they are visually awesome. So I'm not sure when his video will be posted, but I'm sure if you follow him and keep track of what he's got going on, he'll probably let you all know. So stick around for that. I'm not going to do an intro today. We're just going to roll right into this catch. So check it out. And I hope you enjoy the episode, man. I'm kind of excited about this, you know. I'm leery at the same time. I heard people say they're really good, but I'm like pretty particular about my fish, which is why I'm like a big sheep's head, pompano, meat guy. Fill up the freezer with those cats, and you really can't get much better than that. But we're gonna see. We're going to see how this turns out, so stick around.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is gonna be a toad, and you know what? We are gonna catch and cook this guy for real. Look at that. Wow. Yeah.
He said, I want to come.
Well, he just joined the party, my friend.
He's about to lay in there and be like, what's up, man? He's like, you know where the catching goes, right?
Yeah. He's gonna go ahead and get under the seat with his buddy. And he is not gonna have a good day. Two big old. All right, y'all. So there they are. Slimy as all get out. That one in the middle is huge. It probably doesn't look like it on the film, but I mean, that's my hand. This is a monster toad. These other two guys are big, but nothing like that big guy. Like I said, I've never filleted these fellers before, so God, they are slimy and nasty and funky. I'm gonna try to rinse him off a little bit because it's like snot, snot rockets everywhere, man. For real. Sheesh. Alright, here we go. Let's try to do this. There's not much to their body, honestly, and you can't fillet them, you know, on the side because they don't lay flat. They kind of sit like that. Big old bellies and stuff. Alright, let's try this. It's a rib cage. They don't have any scales or anything. Jeez, that's weird. Let's try to find the spine, I guess. I'm just gonna run a knife down the length of them, I suppose. For the spine. Yeesh, nasty. I'm just hoping this isn't a disaster. Like I'm saying, there's not much meat to them, really, man. I mean, these jokers are all head. And there you go. Got a little bit of rib meat in there. Doesn't look too bad. It's kind of like gray looking, softer flesh. We shall see, my friends. We shall see. Probably save the carcasses. Now this guy here is much bigger. I may try to go along the spine on this guy. See how it comes out. Try to avoid going in those guts there. Alright. Working with something here. We working with something? Alright now. Get around that spine. I could probably get a hang of this if I had like 10 of these jokers. Rib cage is kind of crapshoot though. It's huge. When I mean huge, I mean like it sticks all the way out to the underside of there. It's very hard to avoid puncturing their abdomen. But a little practice, I'm sure it could be done. Going through bones there. All right, we're getting the hang of it. That's not a bad fillet there. All right, in that hack job of a fillet job, or a fillet attempt, this is what we ended up with. So these two are from the larger fish. The rest of it is from the smaller two guys. And what I am using today, I like a light fry, and I also like stuff spicy. So I'm using this Cajun crispy fish fry. They sell it at the Dollar General, the DG, man, you can't beat it. And then I'm going to do an egg wash and 350 degrees on this little fryer right here. This thing is jam up, man. I mean, I spent probably like, I don't know, probably like 20 bucks on this thing from Wally World. And it's just me that normally eats fish. My wife and little ones, every now and then they'll enjoy a fish fry, but 90% of the time it's just me. So I bought this smaller fryer here for myself, and it works really, really well. So let's just get on into this thing. For 19 bucks, you can't beat it. I'm using peanut oil today. So I like peanut oil, and I know it's not the healthiest thing for you, but neither is fish fries. So whatever, man. So I am going to do an egg wash here. I was going to double egg wash it, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to do just a light breading, light fry on these guys and see if I can somewhat get the flavor and texture of the fish. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do a double, man. Let's do a double. Let's wash it again. Let's wash it again. Boom. Let's egg wash it again. Go big or go home, right, man? Let's do this. All right, we got this thing jam up. Let's drop her on in the 350-degree bathtub, man. Boom. Bubbling, bubbling, bubbling. I might have to crank this thing up a little bit. I think it's maxed out, but maxes out at 375. It's been heating up for a while, so I'm gonna get the rest of these going. We'll cook these jokers up and be back for the taste test. Dude, they are getting after it, man. It's about done on this thing. Look about these stickers my buddy's wife made for me, man. On the line, yes. Pretty wicked. All right. I think we're gonna go ahead and take these last two pieces out, salt them up, and get after it, man. All right, so one thing about frying fish, and that is I am the flippin' master, dude. Like, SpongeBob has nothing on me when it comes to frying fish. So this is how they turned out. I'm gonna go ahead and break this one up for you because I'm kind of curious to see how it flakes up. But it's hotter than all get out. So all right, it's pretty flaky. Right now it almost, oh God, it's hot. Right now it almost kind of reminds me, just looking at the texture, it reminds me of like a freshwater fish like a bass or a crappie. But we're gonna give it a taste here in a second. Let me get this camera flipped around and we'll see how it goes. All right, so this is going to be my first taste of the old oyster toad. I'm going to grab that piece that I just showed y'all because it's got probably the most or the thickest fillet in it, and see what we think. Sheesh. Damn. That is flipping outstanding, dude. God, really, really, really mild. Nice flake to it. Jeez. It's almost like a cod, or it really is, man. I mean, it is, God, it's got like a little, just a very, very mild, super mild, like almost almond kind of finish, but very subtle. Wow. I don't know what to say about that. In fact, you know what? I see my mother-in-law's neighbors over there. They're out in the yard. I don't know them from Adam, but I'm gonna flip this camera around, walk this fish over there, and I have not talked to them beforehand, and see if they're interested in trying a piece of this and let me know what they think. But it is jam up, dude. All right, stick around. Let's see how this goes. They might punch me in the face. I don't know. Let's see how this goes. All right, so that was a no-go. As I was walking up, two of them were driving away. The last guy that was there was probably about 35, 40 beers in, and he was loaded and didn't want to be on camera. But he did try it, and I don't know if it was the beer that almost knocked him out of the golf cart, or the fact that this fish is jam up, but the ruling is pretty dang good, dude. Like, I'm pleasantly surprised. You know, I catch these things all the time, dude. Now, the one drawback, like I said, is small ones are definitely not worth it. But if you get a monster-sized oyster toad, the juice is definitely worth the squeeze, man. I mean, yeah, your fillet job is not going to be the greatest thing in the world because they're just super, super difficult to fillet. But if you stick your knife in and go right down the side and aren't so concerned with the hack job as much as you are just getting the fillet off that you can work with, easy peasy, man. I mean, I really have a hard time saying anything negative about it other than they're super difficult to work with, slimy. People at the boat launch are probably going to make fun of you and look at you goofy for keeping some toadfish. You got a stringer full of toadfish and you go into the boat launch, people are going to be like, this dude might be smoking something a little wacky. But honestly, if you're not catching anything else and you get yourself a jumbo toad, go ahead and throw them in the cooler, man. I don't think you're gonna regret it. And if you haven't tried one yet, go ahead and do it. So I'm gonna finish the rest of these guys up because my man over there in the golf cart, I'm pretty sure I could have gave him like a dirt-filled cupcake and he would have told me that this was the greatest thing he's ever had in his life, but he seemed genuine. As genuine as somebody that's 39 beers can be about tasting a piece of fish. He probably, you know, would be happy with 2-week-old pizza. But you know, it is what it is. But it is good. It is legitimately good. So hope you all enjoyed the video. If you do, give me a thumbs up. And like I said, on Thursday, which today is Tuesday, so we have tomorrow, and then the following day, Trong and I from Visual Lee are going to head to Georgia. We're going to cross a line and see if we can get on some monster fish. Yeah, that's about all I got to say about that, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.